Go.
Okay, right. Assalamualaikum. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. All right, so thank you so much. And okay, and Alhamdulillah, we are here today, okay, to join the DIS seminar, okay, workshop on Microsoft Teams, okay, basic for academicians. Okay, so this is like a sharing session talk lah, all right. Okay, so before we start, okay, let us recite Surah Al-Fatihah for Barakah. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. All right, okay. So let me introduce our speaker today. Okay, everyone knows him. Okay, at KSCT. So our speaker is Dr. Muhammad Sadry. Okay, so thank you, Doctor, for agreeing to have this session. Okay, with us. So last time you have conducted similar session with the admin staff. All right. So this time we request you. Okay, we request your assistance. Okay, to teach and to help us lah, okay, to use the MS Teams. Okay, so before we start, okay, just to inform you a little bit lah, all right. Okay, so do not forget to submit your attendance, yeah. So the attendance link will be shared in the chat box. Okay, and then this session is like a santai-santai, a santai-santai session lah. Okay, a leisure session, leisure session. Okay. So the first session, Dr. Sadry will introduce us with the MS Teams, okay? What we need to do lah before we start using MS Teams for our class, okay? And then he also will introduce us with the functions of the MS Teams, okay, Microsoft Teams. And then we will have a hands-on session, okay? So we allow, okay, anyone who is willing to share your screen. So actually we really encourage lah, all right. So this is the time, okay, you want to learn. So you can share your screen, you can open your MS Teams. So you can have a real hands-on lah, okay, with Dr. Sadry. Okay, he will teach you, inshallah. All right, and then our colleagues also can learn lah, okay, if you share the screen, okay. And then if you have any question, feel free to drop your question at the chat box, okay? Or you can ask during the hands-on session lah. All right, so before we start, okay, I have some announcement, okay? So it's just a reminder lah, okay? This is what Dr. Sadry had mentioned, okay? In I think if I'm not mistaken, in KBM also in DIS department meeting, yeah? So actually ITD proposed plan is, okay, Google email, okay, it's like this. Why we move to the Microsoft Teams or OneDrive, something like this, okay, because Google email, okay, the storage will be limited, okay, inshallah, maybe probably next year lah, starting next year, okay. So we still can use our Google email. Okay, we can still continue to use our Google email, but then the storage limit, okay, will be reduced to 15 gig. Okay, similar to our personal Google email. So and then one more thing is that, okay, recording function, okay, in Gmeet also cannot be used. Okay, starting next year. So and then that is why we moved to MS Teams lah. Okay, so this is why we have this session today. And if you have a files in your G drive, okay, exceed more than 15 gig, okay, so you need to transfer your files, okay, to OneDrive or any drive. So now we have the live email, so we have the facilities, okay, we have these facilities, okay, OneDrive, so you can transfer your files to OneDrive lah. And ITD will send an email, okay, to those who have files that exceed than 15 gig, okay, in G Drive for you to transfer your files to other drive lah, okay. And then, okay, regarding about the Microsoft Office 365, okay, all the admin, okay, all the academicians in UIA, okay, we have access to this email. So the email will be the live, okay, live@ium.edu.my. So if you want to use this, you must activate the email first, okay. And then actually, okay, for example, like MS Teams, okay, the one that we're going to learn today, okay, is a part of the fun application lah. It's similar to the Gmail. Gmeet. Okay, so this MS Teams can be accessed through web or through a dedicated app. So meaning that you can download this MS Team, okay, to your PC or to your laptop. It is much more stable, okay, if you download the apps, okay, the MS Team to your PC or to your laptop lah, okay. And then you also can download dedicated app, for example, like Word, okay, Excel, PowerPoint, okay, Outlook, OneDrive from App Store or Microsoft Store lah, okay, to your PC or laptop. Okay, so it is much convenient. Okay, it is similar to like, you know, having a G drive, okay, at your laptop. Okay, it is similar. Okay, nothing much different. Okay, but to make it easier for you to access, okay, to this platform lah. Okay, it's just that, okay, I also want to inform you, okay, when you want to move the files, okay, you can use this, or we call a mover.io. Okay, I will write down at the chat box later. So you can use this mover.io, okay, to assist you, okay, to transfer the files from G drive to OneDrive. Okay, I just actually use this mover.io this morning, so it is quite easy. It is quite straightforward. So you just, you know, state, okay, where is the sources that you want to share, and then where, okay, which drive, okay, that you want to transfer it. So this mobile.io can easily transfer the file. Okay. So that is my announcement. All right. So let us start now. So I would like to invite Dr. Sadry, okay, to start the session. Okay. So over to you, Doctor. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Muna. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. All right. So my approach for this training, I don't have any guideline, but we go through step by step what we're supposed to do as an academician or lecturer to start off using Microsoft Teams as replacement to our Google Meet for next week class. These are actually requested by Dr. Muna and some of our colleagues from KICT. So I will guide you through from, let's say, you haven't activated, if you haven't activated your live email, I will show you how to do that. And from that moment, and then we'll go with the how to automatically add your student into Microsoft Teams, so you don't have to add manually one by one. And of course, to make sure the student will be able to include in your Microsoft Teams, the student also need to activate their live email. So that means both of you, the lecturer and the student, have to activate their live email. Okay. All right. And then just a reminder, okay, some of our colleagues also asked me whether Microsoft Teams will replace iTalim. No, we're not going to replace iTalim. In fact, Microsoft Teams will supplement to iTalim. Okay, so what we're going to do, so what will we do for our teaching semester 1, which is we will use iTalim for course content and assessment, which is assessment part, the quiz, all these assessment activity in iTalim are quite good, okay, compared to Microsoft Teams. They're quite basic. So that's why we will use iTalim as our official LMS for course content, assessment, and so on and so forth. But we will use Microsoft Teams as communication platform. We know that iTalim, the chat features, the videos are not that reliable. So that's why we use Microsoft Teams for communication communication platform. So communication platform means you will use Microsoft Teams to communicate with your student, and also for your video conferencing for synchronous session. Of course, you can do some asynchronous session as well, but depend on the way you plan for your course lah. Okay, all right. So okay, so so the input. Okay, how I want to start this Microsoft Teams training is based on Dr. Muna requirement lah. So because she does not have any experience yet with Microsoft Teams, So we will go step by step. All right. So if you haven't, okay, I hope most of you already activated your live email, right? So do you know, have you all activated your live email? All right. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
Yes, done.
okay. So let's say you haven't. Okay. What you can do is you go to my IUM portal. Okay. Right, so you go to my IUM portal, there will be this reset Microsoft Office 365. So that means you have to reset. Actually, by default, you'll be given a default password, but of course, you don't know what is your default password, right? So what you need to do is for you to reset your Microsoft Office 365 password. So when you reset this, okay, I would recommend that your password will be the same as your IUM email, the one with the Gmail base. Okay, so that you won't have to forget, so that you don't forget easily lah. Okay, so that means it will be the same password for both email. Okay, so now officially we have two emails, one with the IUM email for the from Google, which is the Gmail base, and another one is Microsoft base, which is the live email. Okay, so when you reset this, okay, you give your password and so on and so forth. You reset to the password that you like. Okay, now you will be able to access all this Microsoft Office 365. Some they call it Microsoft 365, and some they call it Office 365. So they're actually referring to the same thing. Okay, so when you activated this from your Microsoft Office, all right, so you can go to, all right, you can go to any of your web browser, and then you can type, okay, this one already logged in. Okay, never mind. Right, so this one already logged in. So when you log in, you will get this. You will go through this. Okay, let me sign out first and see how it goes. Okay, so by the time you can just type www.office.com. All right, because I already logged in, so it will go to this section lah. Or else they will ask you to sign in. You log in for the email. You use your live email, and then for the password that you just reset just now through my IUM portal. Okay, so when you manage to log in, you will see this layout. So everybody can go to this office.com now.
Yes.
Yes, eh?
Yes.
All right, good. Okay. So this is actually your web version lah, the web version of your Microsoft Office. Remember the last time when we install Microsoft Office, we install Microsoft Office by bundle. So they will include Words, Excel, PowerPoint, and so on and so forth. So the same goes here. Okay, so now you have a web version. So you don't need to install dedicated Microsoft Word and so on and so forth. But however, so for this one, for example, Microsoft Word and so on and so forth, even though you will be able to use your Microsoft Word, the web version online, so the formatting are quite not precise yet. So that's why when you're exchanging your document with the formatting in touch with it, so when you try to download, share with the other, so the formatting might be run off a bit. So it will be best that you just include the content here in Microsoft Word, for example, or Excel, yes, okay, and also PowerPoint. All right, and then you will be able to pick up. So once you do it here, when you create a file here, you will be able to retrieve the same file from the cloud, from here, the web version, to your Microsoft Words apps, the one if you install on your laptop from Microsoft Store. Okay, I'll show you later on. Okay, so this is the layout of your Microsoft. This is your Microsoft Office 365. In fact, let's say you want to take the risk, you don't want to install Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, or any of Microsoft Office in your laptop, also can. So you can use this web app detail, so this web version. But I won't recommend you to do that because the formatting at the web version here are not quite precise yet. So install both lah. You can still use, let's say for example, you are actually using your iPad and somewhere you are on holiday and your colleague asks you to do some proposal, but you don't have those Microsoft Words installed on your iPad, which is actually you can download from the App Store. So it's okay, let's say lah, you don't have that. Okay, you can start using this. All right, so for example here, okay, you can start lah, but the editings are quite off. So you can just include the content first lah, but then edit on the Microsoft Word apps that you install on your laptop or on your tablet or on your smartphone. All right. Okay, so all right, so this one, when you go to home, okay, so the other way around, okay, no, not the other way around. Additionally, let's say, for example, you are using Windows 7. Okay, Windows 7 does not have Microsoft Store yet or Microsoft App Store. You can install like a normal bundle, which is of Microsoft Office through this installation. This is free. Okay. So because this KPT is subscribed to all the public university, so this is free for you to use. In fact, you can also download Windows 10 original legit from here from ITD. All right, so you can self-download for yourself lah. That download website is available inside your IUM portal. Okay, all right. So I'm not going to talk about this because actually there will be another training lah for this by ITD, but we want to focus on Microsoft Teams. So when you click Team here,
Doctor,
all right.
Can I? Okay, sorry to interrupt. Okay, Doctor,
yep.
is it free for student as well, right?
Yes, correct. Free
Okay.
for lecturer and free for student.
Because the student also have live email, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
But yep.
Dr. Sadry, syarat dia have to use live email lah for both supervisor pula, lecturer dengan student.
Yes, correct. Yes. But let's say a student using Outlook, you might have some warning lah that the student that you add is actually outside of the organization, something like that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Dr. Sadry, Assalamualaikum.
Yeah.
One more, boleh tak?
Boleh.
Our live account ni, the applications that we see in our interface tu kan, semua tu, is it the same with our students' view? What the students will get? Because
for the Microsoft team?
Microsoft, not team, but the whole. Yang you tunjuk
yes,
tu.
Yes, exactly the same.
The same, eh?
Okay. Sama aja dia dapat sebab dia because they will have the same access to Office 365.
The same
Office
set of applications, yeah? The same set of applications. Tak ada kurang for students.
Tak ada.
Okay.
But in fact, ini yang this one, the listed one is the common one. In fact, I think Dr. Lily, you use a lot of Power BI kan? Ada juga dekat sini.
But some students cannot see. They don't have. Tak ada kat sini. Your view ni.
Tak ada. By right, they shouldn't. They will have exactly the same.
The same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just like Dr. Lily. You install. You install Microsoft Word and student install Microsoft Word. Of course, they will see the same Microsoft Word view kan?
Power BI.
Macam tu.
Power BI desktop. Okay.
Oh, ini untuk this one for Office 365 atau Power BI?
Okay, alright.
Okay,
thank you.
Alright. So this is the layout lah. Okay. Alright. Okay. So So the one that we're gonna focus, okay, I'm not gonna talk about this Word, this one, so on and so on, but we're gonna focus on Microsoft Teams. But actually, the one that you see here is just it's actually exactly the same as what you navigate through your Google Drive, your G Drive. G Drive also have a Google Doc, Google Slide, Google Sheet, and so on and so forth. Okay, but here it will align in this way lah. So you have to shift your mindset. Whatever G Drive can do, here Office 365 can do lah. Okay. All right. So okay. So we try to access Microsoft Teams through Office 365 first. Okay. So this is your layout. Okay. By right. So everyone will get this layout. This one. So semua dapat everyone got this layout so or kalau if not kan you punya layout tu will be in a or else you punya your default will be like this one in a grid mode.
Michael, Sadry?
Yeah.
Did you this one is showing it like a web version, right? Not the
yes
app, right?
Yes. Yes. I will go to the app version after this.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. So you can switch back because I like the list one, not the grid one. Will be better that way. Okay. All right. So you can see this is the web version. All right. So I would recommend rather than you use the web version, it's better for you to download the dedicated Microsoft Teams apps. You can download from if you are using Mac. For example, if you're using Mac like mine, you go to App Store and then you can type Microsoft Teams. You can get here. Okay, and then you can download automatically. For Microsoft, from Microsoft.
Dr.
Okay, in that
free?
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, so you can see here I already downloaded one lah. Okay, I already have installed this Microsoft Teams on my laptop because I'm using Mac, so I can close this. All right, if you are running Windows or Windows 10, for example, you can go to Microsoft Store and you can download Microsoft Teams apps from there. So you can get this one. Okay, so when I start this is the one that I install. You can see the layout will be exactly the same, the one that you viewed just now from the web. But I would prefer that you use the dedicated one, because if you use the dedicated one, the notifications are quite good compared to the web. You can always on this thing lah. So this is the dedicated one lah, the one that I installed. You can see the layout are quite the same. Okay, so everybody managed to download your Microsoft Teams to your laptop?
Yes.
All right. So it's not just download for the laptop. You just download through your smartphone as well. Because in the chat ni, when you download on your smartphone, a student normally will communicate through the chat. So when you install in your smartphone, so you can reply whatever you want to reply lah, because the device is always in your hand lah. Okay. All right. So and also you need to remind your student to install on their laptop and as well as on their smartphone. So both of you have to do the same lah, the student and also the lecturer, so that it will be easier for you to communicate later on. The problem is when students, they thought it's just a desktop apps, but they forget to install on their smartphone lah. Some students, everything they can do on their smartphone this day. They are quite advanced lah. They can work within the small screen, and some of us cannot lah. Because we are the older generation, so we need a larger screen lah. Okay, all right. So everybody already installed this Teams apps on your laptop and also on your smartphone?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you have this, okay, now, all right, so there will be two ways for you to create a team for your class. Okay, of course, the first one we have to create through the manual one lah, which is create team. Okay, you can create team, for example, click class. Okay, and some of these three I haven't discovered yet, but some of these three will dedicated to be the public, you know. So be careful. So you click class, okay, and then you type. In my case, I put test, and then I'll put some description, and then I click next. All right. So here, all right. So this is why your student need to activate the live email, because once they activate the live email, we can search through here lah. For example, let's say, okay, we start with, let's say, Muna. Okay, Muna already here. So that means Muna already activate her live email. Let's say Dr. Lily, Dr. Lily already here. Dr. Mazna. Okay, so I can add here lah. Okay, and then let's say you have your tutor, you want to add additional, you can add here. And then you can close. Okay, so this is the manual way lah. Okay, for example, let's say it's just five people, 6 people, up to 10 is manageable lah for you to add manually. But in your class, we have 40 students, kan? I think when you want to add manually, you will snap your finger lah. Okay, so okay, there will be two ways lah. Okay, the first one, either let's say you don't want to add manually, you can go back to the created team, go click to the manage team, and then under setting, okay, there will be a team code, and then you click generate. So you can distribute this code to your student via iTaklim lah. And then when they have this code, they can join. They copy that code, they put it here, then they automatically will be part of your team here. Got it, eh? Okay, understand? Okay, that one way. All right, there will be a better way, which is, okay, all right, we're gonna use ITD Microsoft Team Provisioning apps. Okay, so the provisioning app too, when you use it, it will automatically add the student into your team. So you don't have to manually add them. You don't have to give them the team code. It will include all the students registered into your class list. Okay, how to do that? All right, so you go, do I have a chat here? Okay, all right, sorry, Dr. Aznan, what's the advantage of selling Microsoft Team app just now? Okay, so if you use the Microsoft Team dedicated app on your laptop, it will be much more reliable than the web, especially the notifications. Okay, generally our students are using Microsoft Team. Yes, some of them, based on the lecturer, but most of them are using Google Meet lah. We see at iTaklim that all students have got live email. It comes together with their name. Does it mean that they can enter? No, they have to activate through their iMaklum. Okay, Dr. Aslam. Okay, it activate. They know they have the live email, but they have to activate it through their iMaklum. Some of them, the features is there to activate the live email, but they don't care. But you have to remind them to do it lah. In case that when they try to activate, there's some error, then they need to contact ITD lah. All right. Okay. Okay. So now, okay. So we go back to IUM portal just now. This one. All right. I have to move this. Okay, you can see if you click at the My Apps at your My IUM portal, you will have this Microsoft Quick Provisioning. You click here. All right, so you see this is your live email. because I'm not going to teach any subject next semester, only FYP2 is already here. Okay, but you can do is click the subject that you want to provisioning. You click next. All right. And so you can see, since I opening the Microsoft Teams apps installed on my laptop, I already show me that it automatically created for me. Oh, is it already created? Okay.
Dr. Sadry, I have a question.
Yes.
Is it by doing this we are actually enforcing the students lah, meaning that no one will left behind lah. So
Yes,
actually
correct.
the one that in the iTalib we also have in Microsoft Teams kan? Sama kan?
Yes, sama, exactly the same. All right, so because now already successful, then so I go back. You can see it's already created for me automatically here. All right, but the naming based on this one lah, the one that they give. You can also change lah here. You can modify here. All right, so here will be exactly the same, the one they created by provisioning apps. So you can even see. We go to the team and it will add our student automatically here.
Okay. Okay. We have a question.
So
Yep.
Dr. Sadry, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, the way I did it last time, I go to manage team, and down there's somewhere like copy link, something like that, get a link or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know because I'm not sure, because
Dr. Mazna, you cut
Dr.
off.
Mazna.
Okay.
We have
Dr.
Dr.
Amir,
Amir.
yes.
sorry. Okay, my question is, when I do that, does it automatically, or the student have to ask for permission to be admitted?
You mean through the Microsoft Team provisioning app by the ITD?
No. These are students who came later, so I give the link. And there's a link, right? That link to the team. So I give this link in iTalib as an announcement. So the students who come in late, for example, they add later, so they come later. So the question is, when they click on the link, are they added automatically, or they added by my permission?
They will add it automatically. But I would suggest you just share the team code rather than the link.
What's the difference?
Because the link to, I am afraid that when you share the link to, you give an access to the whole your Microsoft team lah. So I would recommend that you share just give them whoever came late lah, whoever come late to the class, can you just give them the team code only. Like this one, Dr. Mazna, you go to the setting, in your announcement later on, you inform in the iTalib, let's say, okay, for those who are not enrolled to the Microsoft team, please join using this code.
Okay, that's another way.
Okay, they will be much safer lah, rather than sharing the whole link.
Okay, Dr. Sadry.
Yes. Oh, how many minutes? Okay, yes.
Dr. Sadry, thank you very much for this. Just wanted to ask you, just now I just follow just what you said, teams provisioning. I chose my class, which is actually 38 students. But when I check back with my MST, I only see members and guests are only 18. So what happened to the balance?
Okay, so the class added through the class list and also through the Microsoft Team provisioning team based on batches. So when by batches, that means it's up to the ITD when they want to update the batches of the list too. But it's okay. Because out of 38, you already have 18, kan? But you can try.
Out of 38, only 18, which means does it mean the rest of them they don't have a live account activated?
No. It's just that because of the batches list though. By right, whether they activate or not, the email should be there.
All right.
But you can try again. But you can delete the old one. Okay, in the team, for example, this one you can delete later on. Okay, you can delete the team, and then let's say on Monday or on Sunday, you can try click the Microsoft Team provisioning team again and see whether the list updated or not.
Very good. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, so if okay, hold on. So if let's say if the list is not updated, what you can do is let the 18 being in the team, but you can share the team code to the student on iTalim for them to add the rest lah. But don't add on your own because it's huge, 38. Okay, let them enroll on your class automatically. Okay, Doctor? All right. Dr. Amir.
Okay, Dr. Amir. All right.
Okay, thank you, Sadry. I think it's all related to Dr. Mazna and Dr. Aslam just now. So when at drop period, right, student will add the subject. So when they come in later, after they add the subject, they will be triggered to iTalim. But in Teams, we still have to refresh using the provision, or automatically it will trigger later on by batch.
The one or two off, you have to add manually lah.
Okay.
Because my if you ask me lah, I would rather add just 1 or 2 or 3 students rather than add the rest of the class. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Sadry.
All right.
Dr. Sadry, Dr. Hayan, Dr. Sadry.
Yes.
Dr. Sadry, I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say next week we start the class, and then normally for first semester classes we have few latecomers.
Okay.
Okay. If we were to conduct the class using Microsoft Teams, can we give macam Meet kan, we give the link kan, and then they can just join. Are we able to do so with Microsoft Teams? Like as if we are conducting a meeting macam tu?
Okay, so this is where I would do it lah, because of course you have your own ways. Okay, so in my case, I will announce on iTalim, let's say we're going to use a Microsoft Team. So make sure that you install Microsoft Team on your laptop and your smartphone. And then when you're done, okay, join this team code. So you don't need to share the whole link lah. Okay, so it's just that the way you use iTalim to announce them that to install all these tools first. And then you include those team code and ask them to join in.
What if they come, like in my class, my previous experience, they come in week 4, and then they want to access the class while waiting for the ITD to provision them into the class. Is it possible for me to generate the link?
Okay, so basically you don't have to. Okay, for those yang latecomer to the one or 2 or 3 student tu, you can manually add them to your team, provided that they activate the live email. So you don't have to wait for the ITD to update the list.
Okay, noted.
Because the ITD just create one time for you to add the list. That's it. The rest you can add lah. Okay. So that's why I show you the 3 ways lah. The manual way, and then the one that you add one by one, and the one that you use they ask them to join through the team code, and the one from the to the ITD provisioning punya apps tu. Okay, faham dah ni?
I think the safest side is first provision first.
Yes, correct. Do the provision first,
and after that, giving the code, not the link.
Yes.
The link, maybe
correct.
they can access the entire thing.
Yep.
Okay, noted. Thank you, Dr. Sadry.
All right.
Okay,
Okay, we have.
May I just one question?
Okay, go ahead.
Again, provisioning. Let's say when we teach, more than a class, it's the same subject. We have multiple sections. Usually, we ask all students to come and stay in the same, last time GMeet. So now, according to the provisioning, it says like section 1, 2, 3, which means that it's gonna create a new. Separate classes. So is there any way that I can combine together all these 3 sections?
Okay, so either the first one, you contact ITD, okay, and then ask them to just create the provisioning to combine all the 3 lists, I think that will be best way lah, rather than you have to tweak here lah. But if you have two different, I think it's manageable for you to swap between the two lah, between the three team. But I haven't tried yet. But I read in a manual it can be done, but a bit tricky.
For example, in Alim, let's say yesterday I tried to contact the ITD. They actually combined all three sections into one class. That one was, it happened in Alim, but I'm just thinking for Microsoft team how to do that.
All right. In that case, you can request to the ITD to combine.
All right.
The safest way lah.
If not, I have to do like the second solution that you just now said.
Yes,
I just
correct.
share with the code and then ask them to
yes,
join.
yes,
All
correct.
Right.
All right. So I have Dr. Chen just now. Someone raised their hand.
Okay.
Doctor, are you still around? I'm sorry, I mislooked your raised hand just now.
Just now, Dr. Aslam has already asked a question. So thank you.
Thank you.
All
right. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So any more questions?
I think Dr. Sadry, maybe we can like do the provisioning twice. So first one, you leave it as is. Second one, you change them, for example. And then the second one, you can like play around, add more students, combine them, etc. So sometimes you want to talk to them group by group. Sometimes you want to drop them as a big, your whole student group. Maybe that.
All right. Okay. All right. So that one depend on your class. The way you handle your class lah. Okay. So macam like Dr. Mazna and Dr. Aslam, they have their ways of doing it. So depend on how you want to do it. This is the because Microsoft Teams is just the tools. Okay. All right. So we haven't go to the best part yet. We just go with adding the student to your team automatically. Remember, use the Microsoft Team provisioning app the ITB created for you. Okay. Or else or else in the beginning before ITD make that provisioning apps. Okay, I have to do the share team code. But of course, some of them won't pay attention, then I have to manually add them. But that just 5 students, something like that. But use the MS Team provisioning app from ITD first. Okay.
Doctor, there's some questions at the chat box. Okay, does the code change?
Does the code change? Yes, you can reset the code, if I'm not mistaken. Go manage, go to the setting. You can reset the code.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And
right.
Okay, if the student drop the class, then do we have to remove them manually?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
You have to do it manually.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. All right. So during the 4, I think now the the drop and add period will be up to week 4 again. Am I right?
Yes.
So within the 4 first week of the semester, you have to be aware lah, who in, who out. All right, or else there will be some free rider lah, free loader lah of your course, which we don't want to do that lah. Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. So we go back here. All right. So the next thing I do when I managed to do the provisioning, the class, the student added into my team, which is I will create a tag. So this tag, normally I'll put it something related to the class. So because later on, I'll show you why the tag is so important. For example, I put it FYP to SEM1. Okay, so I will create this one. And then there is a way for you to tag everyone and every student at just one click, but I haven't read the manual yet, but I know it can be done. Okay, so you go back to the member just now. Okay. Okay, you create the tag. All right. So, okay. So when you create the tag here, okay, in the chat, let's say you want to create a new chat group lah for your student. Okay, you can click this new chat, and then on the top here, all right, you can just tag, you can create the tag just now, FYP2-1. Okay, now you already create a, this, you already create the chat lah, because already have one here. Okay, so you don't have to manually add one by one. Okay. Okay, you're done.
Is this like subgroup in a group, right? Just to talk
yes,
to someone.
correct. You are correct. Okay, so that's one thing. All right, and then we go back to the manage. Okay, here you can see this mute student kan. Okay, so this is useful, for example, when you have a quiz. You tell them, we're gonna have a quiz tomorrow from 2 until 2:30. So normally student, even though we tell them don't ask us anything, okay, so they will keep on posting, asking here and there why this question is, what do you mean by this, and so on and so forth. So normally I hate when they do that, so I will put this mute. So when you put this mute, they will not be able to post anything at the general channel. So when the quiz is over, then you have to untick back lah. Because don't forget to untick, or else they will not be able to respond. Okay. All right. Okay, so you can play around with all this manage team. Okay. This one, for example, let's say if you share your team code, so normally there will be no pending requests lah. Okay. All right. So and then I will talk about channel later on. And then the setting we go through just now, okay, you're not gonna use all this, but you will use this team code, okay. And then you can also change lah the theme that you want for your team. For example, you want to change the icon, okay. Okay, you can update here. Then the icon will change. All right. Okay, so let me explain to you. Okay, do we have any question before I proceed to the next one? Okay, no, right. Okay. Okay, so I will explain to you the icon on this side first. Okay, because you already have your theme, and now you're gonna ask me what all this icon is for. All these icon are for. Okay, so this activity will include anything regarding the reply to your post, and then the chat, and so on and so forth. It's all will be here. So this will become a shortcut for you lah. Okay, and also they give you this. For example, I already added info from info 4994 group, the theme from my Microsoft Team Provisioning Apps by the ITD just now. And then you have your chat here, because I have been using this for quite some time, so I have so many students here. And then the one that you will always have to click first is the theme lah. Okay, it depends whether how do you want to look at, because I like to use this list view. If you don't want, you can click switch and you can go to the grid. Okay, it will look like your iTaklim lah. Because I don't like it, because later on when you have so many themes, it will come too many. Okay, and it will also create some headache for you.
You can hide, right, Dr. Sadry?
Yeah, yeah, we can hide. Okay, so in my case, even though I hide, I would like to list all lah. See, I have so many. Okay. All right. So and then assignment. Okay. I'm not encourage you to use this. Use the assignment features to the iTaklim. But again, you can use this. It's just that the way that you configure here might be different from the iTalim. So better use the iTalim lah. Do not use it here. I know that UKM and the other public university, they are fully use Microsoft Teams to replace their LMS. But please remember, MS Team not gonna replace iTalim. iTalim is iTalim, which is our official university learning management system. We have to use it. Okay, and then the calendar. Okay, I will show the calendar later on. And then you can also use a call, voice call to your student, provided that they have the active lah. For example, you can check whether your student active or not. You can see all these X gray, they are not active lah, or they are not online. Okay, these are not online. If you look at, okay, for example, let's say if I go to the test just now, I want to see who's online. If you look at the member here, Dr. Muna is online. Dr. Lily is still idling but online with the orange color, and Dr. Mazna is online. That's how you check whether your student is actually online using Microsoft Teams or not. Okay, so you can also make a call. This is similar to your WhatsApp call. You can do this call. So that's why you need to install your Microsoft Teams on your smartphone as well. Like say you can see that your student is not attending the final exam, for example. So you can make a quick voice call. Hey, where are you now? You are late for 10 minutes. Can you join now? You can also call them, provided that they install Microsoft Teams on their smartphone. Okay, this when you make a call to the student, okay, when they already installed the Microsoft Teams for the smartphone, so the voice call will be displayed exactly as a normal voice call through your smartphone. That's quite nice, if you ask me lah. Okay, and then the file. Okay, the file, which is remember, everything that you store, you upload here will be installed in OneDrive, similar to your Google Classroom. Whatever file that you upload in Google Classroom will be stored in G Drive. The same goes here. Whatever team that you created here, file and so on and so forth, will be included in OneDrive. So in a structured way lah. Okay, for example, I show you how the drive will look like here. Okay, you can see this is OneDrive. Okay, this is how it will arrange based on the theme. So it will arrange nicely, for example, with the folder that you created just now. So it will be accessible from your OneDrive.
Dr. Sadry, you will have to have another training for OneDrive, right, later?
I think that one actually ITD is actually handling the training right now. It clashes with our training, but I already contacted Brother Azlan. He will email the recorded video to all of us, to one university, to all the staff in the university lah, for you to refer to.
We have a question from Dr. Zaria.
All right. Okay, Dr. Zaria.
Dr. Sadry, nak tanya, okay, about the call that we make using the Microsoft Teams, the recipient, the receiver, is she or he going to see our phone number?
No, but they will see your live email.
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right, so you.
Yes. No, that is one question from Dr. Lily. Can we clear chats or activities?
Okay. Activity we cannot. Wait, hold on. Let me check whether we can. No, we cannot. I tried to delete the chat last time, but it cannot. But you can hide. So that's why I have so many. But I think when I read through the Microsoft additional features website, some of the user already logged the report. So for Microsoft to include the delete function later on. But when with Microsoft are quite responsive. but we'll wait until one month or 2 months, they will include the teachers.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sadry.
Okay.
In coinciding with that question, because we did the presentation, internship presentation with a company that uses Microsoft Teams. And when we use that, the supervisors chat in the message. With me. With everyone in the meeting, but when it is off, because we are outside the organization now, we're not connected to that, so that chat keeps on disturbing. It's like loading. You are outside the organization, so it kind of like hang me.
Okay, what you can do, Dr. Lily, you can hide the chat.
Hide the chat.
You can hide the chat. For example, here. You can hide for now, or mute lah. Mute and hide.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so everybody get used to this icon. Okay, all right, good. Okay, now we go with the common features that you will use for your class. Okay, so when you create your team, the general, you can see this is what we call channel, communication channel, they call it. Actually, it's just a group lah. Okay, so this general is actually, we call it general channel for you to include everything. Now, for example, in here, I don't have anything yet. So let's say I start conversation. Dr. Mona, make sure you reply.
Okay. Can we join the group too? What is the code?
Okay, you want to join? All right, boleh, no problem. Okay, let me give you the team code. All right, so I'll put in the chat box. So can you join? Boleh? Ada boleh join? All right. Okay, so when you, okay, so this is your general channel. All right, so general channel, which is all the student, including, let's say you have your tutor in it. Okay, so they all will be able to see this message. Okay, all right. Okay, Dr. Azlin is here. Dr. Azlin actually is way advanced than I am, Dr. Azlin. Okay, all right. So when you all these are actually your okay. Okay, so this is all your communication. Let's say you want to announce to them, okay, we're gonna have a discussion within 15 minutes. So you can put it here. Let's say you want to put announcement. Okay, I would advise that when you do announcement to the student, make sure the announcement that you post inside a Ta'lim will also post in here. Or else later on, they thought everything will be here, not on the Ta'lim. So you have to put it both. Okay, so in that case, let's say you want to have a formal. Okay, so when you start your conversation, make sure you're familiar with all this function. Okay, so for example, let's say you want to attach, you can attach file. Let's say, for example, you want to write a formal announcement. You can click this format. This format will be like, okay, quiz 1. Okay. Okay, so when you're done, you can click here. You can see the way it formatted is different than the one without the format. So this become like more official announcement that you can do some formatting on it. Okay, and then let's say you put announcement here. Somehow you include, for example. Okay, for example, let's say I make a mistake here. So I need to update this one. So you click at this and then you click at this three dot, and then click edit. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, and then click take. Okay, so it will be updated lah. I know on Untitled you will not be able to do that if you post the announcement instantly. But if you put a delay announcement, then you can still edit. Okay. Oh, Prof Wahab also here. Okay, so all right, you put it this way lah. Okay, let's say you put a question. Let's say students say, oh, you ask a question and student respond that question, very good question, and then you can put it here. Okay, Prof Wahab, good. I put a hands up. Okay, and let's say, okay, I'll put it to Dr. Raini as well, and so on and so forth lah. Okay, you can also put an emoticon here lah. Okay, all right. So okay, this okay. So the general channel is actually everybody can see. Okay, for example, let's say you want to make a synchronous session for a case study. Of course, you already divided them into a group. Okay, and then you want to make sure that each of the group will have their own private discussion and so on and so forth. Okay, what you can do, I know you can do it through the breakout room, but breakout room that everybody has to be online at the same time. But here, let's say you want to make it asynchronous. You can create a different channel. For example, I add channel here. Okay, let's say I'll put it group 1. Okay, and then you can change the privacy to private. Okay, and then you can click next, and then you can include lah whatever student. Let's say I'll put it Dr. Mazna, Dr. Mona, and Dr. Lily in one group. Then I click add, and then I'll put it done. Okay, you can see here. Okay, Dr. Mona, can you write something in the group 1 channel? So only the 3 I added here will be able to communicate among themselves. The rest will not be able to see.
So Dr. Sadry, add channel is only for us, yeah? The students are not allowed to add. Okay.
No, students will not allow. So you can create lah. For example, I have this one for FYP. I have all this, okay, channel, and also I want to do their progress check meeting, and then I will create this one so I can go one by one lah. So they will let me know when they're ready. So I can just go here and I can video conferencing only to that particular student. Okay, so these are planned. Again, depend on your course lah. How do you plan for your course? Okay, so let's say you want to see them at hop. If you want to see them at hop or you want to communicate with them, you have to go to chat lah. Okay, for example, let's say I go to chat. Let's say I want to chat with Dr. Muna. Okay, I click here. All right. All right. Dr. Mona, did you receive the message?
Dr. Sadry?
Yep.
When you create a subgroups now, like only 3 of us, so but you can also come in, right? You can come to this group.
Yeah. Yes. As a lecturer, as owner of the team, you are free to go wherever private chat that you create lah, whatever private channel that you create.
So this is like suitable if you want to make like, okay, all of you please discuss your group project, and I will visit each group, step by step,
Correct. But I know some of us like to use the breakout room, but I don't want to because I don't want to, when we have a breakout room, of course we can do the same thing, we can jump to one group to another group, right? But this one, everybody has to be, when you use a breakout room, everybody has to be online at the same time. Okay, Muna say, no, we have a workshop now. Okay, but I just want to demo that. Okay, when you have an ad hoc, you want to call the student. If you want to have a video call, you can click this video call. So that means it become one-to-one. If just let's say you are not in the mood to video call, but you just want to have a voice call, you can just click this. Okay, right. Okay, so we go back to the team just now. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so I can see lah. So Dr. Muna, Dr. Lily, and Dr. Mazna is also communicate through this private channel. Okay, so for each of the channel, take note. Okay, for each of the channel, take note of the top one. Okay, so the channel here, for example, this is the post for you to communicate, and the file. For example, let's say you want to give some instruction to the student. Okay, for their case study, for example, you can upload it here. Okay, you can also include the file from your OneDrive. Okay, so all this will include in the class material. If you want to have a sub, then you create another folder here lah, inside here. So you will arrange this nicely. So you can see, if you look at your OneDrive, here, where is my FYP just now? This one, no, not this one. Oh, there's too many. I have so many here. Okay, never mind. It will arrange nicely based on this lah, and the subfolder also will be here, or will be stored in a structure, so easier for you to find. Okay, similar like your Google Classroom lah. The Google Classroom, when you install inside your Google Drive, it will arrange in similar manner. All right, so this one, okay, and let's say you have a class book. Okay, class book, for example, let's say this is OneNote. For example, in my class, last time there will be one student, the class monitor. She's a quite overachiever lah. So she want to make sure that from topic 1, she will summarize everything and put it into what she will understand, and also from external sources. And then the next one will be the other students. So they will compile this, become very nice class punya notes based on my lecture lah. So but that depend on the student lah. Or you want to make a course plan lah for your class, also can. You can put it using in OneNote here. And the best thing about OneNote here, when you set up, you can also sync with your existing OneNote lah. Make sure it will not jumble up like what we did last time, Dr. Muna. I shared the whole one of my OneNote, so that's not recommended lah. But here you can also put a OneNote for, let's say, for your topic 1. What will be the subtopic that you want to teach for the class later on for the whole semester. You can do that lah. And then assignment, we're not going to use this because we're going to use iTalim. Okay, remember that. And then grade, of course, we're not going to use this. Okay, and then the insight here is actually quite good. Insight here, it will give you, I think Dr. Lily will love this lah, because Dr. Lily is a data science punya ni kan. So insight will give you a visualization of who is active, who is participate on that particular topic or the file that you include, and it will give you a summarization who did not read that material, who read, and so on and so forth. Okay, you can start this. This is just recently introduced. Before this, they don't include this. Okay, you can try this inside lah. Okay, and let's say you have another one. Let's say you want to make sure that you want to create quiz. There is a Quizlet here. You can add. Oh, where is it? If you get used to the Quizlet, you can use that. Okay, and then you can have all this add-on that you can, even Power BI lah. Dr. Lily just now I told there's a Power BI punya add-on that you can include as part of the as part of the top tab. Okay, let's see whether we have Padlet here. No. Okay, you can include this. Okay, so here Power BI and so on and so forth lah. Okay, you can additionally add here, so the tab will increase and so on and so forth. Okay. All right, so that's the tab up here. All right, and then okay, so when you want to create a class,
can I ask Dr. Sadry?
Yes, go ahead.
Just two things. Number one is actually with regard to what just now you said, the insight. Yeah, that's very good facility. I mean, to know who is active. But is there any report we can come up with that, for example, who engaged during the classroom, who is not? Let's say if we give them some engagement assessment during the classroom, is there any way we can find out who actually speak, who didn't speak? You know, it's quite difficult for us as when we do grading. It is very difficult for us. Is there any way we can find out who speak, who didn't speak? Who texted, who didn't text?
I think you can only keep track those who are involved in the activity that you posted here, because now there's a line lah. Because on iTalim we can do that as well. Here we can do that as well. So you have to pick which one. All right. So if you want to do here, if you want to use here for the async, all right. So you don't want to use a forum at iTalim, kan? All right. On iTalim, for example, for the asynchronous forum discussion, I will ask the student, I'll post a topic on iTalim, and then I ask them to be counted for the attendance. They need to post one question. They need to answer one question from their friend. So I have to go it manually one by one lah. But here, maybe you can put a reading material or anything for the discussion, then the insight will keep track. That's what I read from the manual.
Okay, the second one, Dr. Sadry, the second one, just now you were talking about the channeling, right? Creating channels.
Yeah, correct.
Would it be possible, because when we have more than 100 students, it will be difficult for the lecturer to add one by one to the group. Would it be possible if I just create only like 10 groups and I ask students to join the group? How do I do that?
All right, so let's go to the channel, whether we can have a channel. Okay. No, we don't have a channel code. Okay, but I think maybe we can share. Okay, hold on. I asked some of my colleagues who actually familiar with this. Okay, Dr. Mazna, have you tried this?
I have not. But
I have not. I thought you were way advanced on that.
No. But I was trying to do the breakout actually, but as you said, it has to be synchronous, right? So, but I think it's a good idea if you can do that. But I feel like when you click it's not on permission, it does look like it could be the way.
You have to add. Yeah, like Dr. Aslam mentioned just now, he has so many students, and how he want to add manual one by one if
like
so many.
Like in iTalim, we have the automatic grouping system. But sometimes we also ask students if they want to join some groups, if they can join. If we just give them the criteria, okay, this is the criteria, you know, female, male, international, national. So just kind of criteria we can give, and we let our students to join the group. Just asking, would it be possible?
Okay. As far as I know, only the team, but the channel not yet.
Okay.
The channel not yet. Yep.
In the settings, there's guest permissions to enable channel creation.
No.
We cannot use that. That is
which one?
In settings.
Of the channel, of the group, of the team.
Of the team.
Okay. Let me check here.
The setting for guest permission to enable channel creation.
Oh, boleh. Yeah, boleh. I think, wait. I'm not sure.
You go to the settings, but I don't know how to do that. In the settings, not channel, settings.
Setting the whole.
Yes, the whole team at the top here, top. Next to the channel, the setting.
Next to the channel tab. Dekat atas tu.
This one?
No. Dekat test tu.
This one?
Okay. No.
Members, pending request, channels.
Channel settings. Analytics. Channels. In the middle.
Oh, sini. Okay, right. Sorry. Boleh kot.
Maybe that's the one.
This is the one. You can do this.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Hafiza. You can allow them lah. You can allow the student to create their own and also add their group member.
Hey, that's good.
Dr. Aslam?
Right.
Dr. Aslam, okay?
Yes, I think. Thank you very much, Dr. Sadry and Dr. Hafiza.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Hafiza. I learned something new today. Thank you.
Doctor, we have some question at the chat box.
All right.
Okay, Dr. Azlin. Okay, Dr. Sadry, can you share with us some tips how to organize our posting and materials in MS Team, because sometimes it looks messy.
Okay. I normally the material I will use iTalib. So I use the Microsoft Team for communication platform. So I'm not sure what do you mean by organize the material, because I haven't put any material inside here. Is that the question you asked, Dr. Azlin?
Azlin?
I mean, what about the posting? Is there a way that we can rearrange or?
Tak boleh. We cannot, Dr. Azlin. It is what it is.
So it's just for communication, right?
Yeah. But I think you can flag. I think you can pin. You can pin some of the. Let's say you want easy for you to remember, kan? You can put pin, and then I don't know whether the pin will push the post to the top or not, but you can try.
Okay, and then another question: can students create their own group?
Just now we talk about Dr. Aslam. Just now you can go to the channel that you created, and then here you go to here, and then mana pergi tadi setting ni?
Dekat luar tadi, dekat test.
Sini
dekat. Yes, the one.
Here. Go to the team and then click this. Allow member to create an update channel.
Alright. Okay.
Or create lah. Boleh create juga private channel. Okay.
Right. Okay, and then student boleh directly PM and chat with us, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
But if you don't like them, you can block.
Okay.
if they are harassing you lah.
Okay.
Okay. You can block that for that particular day. Then you can unblock later on.
Alright. Okay.
Okay. So all right. So for example, in the all this, okay, for example, we have the general channel. Okay, and you can also, let's say, when you let's say you want to send a message to only a certain student, you can use the alias symbol. Okay, for example, I want to mention to Dr. Lily and also to Prof. Wahab. Okay, please submit your proposal by today. So later on in the activity, Dr. Lily and Prof. Wahab will receive my notification. Okay, for that, let's say you would just want to tag only a certain student to remind them. Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay, Doctor, we have another two questions. Sorry. Okay. Dr. Raini asked, okay, do all files such as recorded session? Okay. The part You want to touch about the recorded session later on or now?
Okay, now.
All right.
Okay, so because just now I just cover all this, okay, because that's all the basic, and then Dr. Hafizah just now mentioned about the channel 1, which is good. Okay, we learned something new. All right, so this is all the communication part. Okay, now how about live video or video call or video conferencing? So for each of the channel, normally you will use this general channel, okay, and then you can see the symbol meet. Okay, when you click this, for example, you can, okay, when you put this, all right, already on all of this. Okay, and then you, for example, you can put a date class. For example, like today is 01/21 class. All right, and then you, okay, make sure I mute this or else it will be echo.
Doctor, we cannot hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
So now is it echo?
No.
Okay. So you can see this. Okay. So this the meet just now. You can see up here. You can see in the general channel it keep here join. So the student will have this, will need to click join to be in the meeting here. So Mona, can you join? Yep.
Can we like schedule this ahead? Because I refer to my son's class. The Mu'alimah is already signed since the beginning. So no matter how many times, just click je kat situ.
Okay, you just jump the gun. I will go after this.
Sorry.
All right. Okay, so this is manual lah. Let's say you want to have, for example, you don't schedule. For example, within a week, some lecturer, they remember that we have to make we have 2 classes in a week. So one class will be synchronous and one class will be asynchronous. So let's say you don't schedule ahead. So you just based on your mood. Okay, for example, on Monday I have first class. Okay, I want to go with async. For example, and then on for example, on Wednesday, based on the mood, okay, I want to see my students. So you want to have a sync or sync, kan? So you can include this. So you can join here. You can see this. All right. So you have to get familiar with the video call, video conferencing layout. Okay, it will be the same here. You have your raise hand, and then you have your chat here. And then you have a breakout room, and then you can show participant. Okay, here. All right, and then you can share your screen. Okay, and then let's say here, let's say you want to record. We have a recorded here. Hold on, this thing is you can start recording. If I put a recording here, okay, later on when we finish with this, the recording will post inside your general channel automatically. All right. Okay, you mentioned here, I put a dismiss. So most of the time, student will do the recording. If they don't, then you have to record on your own. Okay, and then when the class done, okay, remember before the class leave, so you can download your, okay, here, you click at participant, and then you click at the 3 dot here, you can download the student attendance list. This one you can cross check with your iTalim. For example, what I did, normally I will create self-recorded attendance on iTalim, and I ask them before the class start about 10 minutes, okay, please record your attendance on iTalim, and then I download this participant list and I cross check. Okay, so who's actually not here but recorded there, I will consider as absent. For example, those who are recorded here, MS Team, but not in the iTalim, then I consider them present lah. So that's how you cross-check between the two. Okay, so when you're done, all right, so this is basic features, but the more you can go here lah. Okay, but I normally use the recording. Okay, so let's say I click leave. Okay, everybody will be forced to leave. Okay, so the video will put it here, but it will be a little bit late lah. Later on, it will post here. So the student will be able to retrieve here. So how was it? Okay, fine. So it will saving here. So the student can retrieve the recorded video here lah.
Okay, for how long? Dr. Sadry, the recorded video will be there?
I don't know. The last time I tried about for the group presentation, it's about more than 1 hour. 1 hour and a half.
Oh, so after that, it will be deleted.
Oh, you mean the duration?
Yes, the duration of the video will be in the post.
I'm not so sure. About 3 days, 4 days.
3 days.
But you have to download lah. But the student have to download.
Okay.
You can see here the recorded posted here, so the student can easily retrieve it lah.
Dr. Sadry.
Yeah.
If you are talking about 14 week of class, it will be like a struggle for the student to find the previous video, kan? So is it possible for us to download and put this like in iTalim?
Okay, I'm not sure because this one actually under when you record, it will be under your OneDrive tau. Boleh. You can retrieve back this. For OneDrive, you have to find and you have to search and find. But here you can download, or you can just get the link lah and push the link to the iTalim.
Okay. I think better that way.
All right.
Okay.
Now.
Sorry, we have Dr. Zaria, right?
Okay, Dr. Zaria.
Dr. Sadry, I have one question. When someone actually joining our class using the link, let's say we copy the link and share, so that person is from external. Last time I saw that anyone can admit the one who's trying to enter the session. Does it allow for us not to allow anyone to allow the?
Okay. I think the question Dr. Mazna raised just now lah. So what I would recommend to you, just give them the team code.
This one is not the team code. This one is the Google Meet session, the Microsoft Team session.
Okay, you mean the MS Team session, recorded
MS
video,
Team
is it?
Not recorded video, the one that you have just now, the online class. That you could join. Let's say somehow I do share the link with the student also in case and then that someone else they joining using from external not using live. So the request to join will be prompted on the screen. But what I can see previously when I attend using Microsoft Team punya session ni, so anyone can admit their entry.
That's weird. But right, you are able to do that.
I'm not sure.
By right, kalau the one that you use the get link ni, I understand. If you get the link, the video, then you share to other because your OneDrive setting to share to public. But you can change the setting at the SharePoint to become only those with the link. But the one accessing the Microsoft Team is quite weird. But actually, it will not happen. Okay. All right, Dr. Zaria, can we investigate this further later on? What's up?
Okay, what's up?
All right. Okay, any other question, Dr. Muna, before I proceed to the next one?
All right. Okay, wait. Okay, I think follow-up question here. Okay, how to view the recorded lecture? Just now maybe you mentioned like share the link, right? You can,
this one, Prof Hub, if you record and then you leave, it will automatically post here. See this, I show you the this one, the one that recorded just now.
Okay.
Post it here.
All right, and then Dr. Muni asks, okay, is there any tools similar to Jamboard in MS Teams? Okay.
We have a whiteboard.
Yes, whiteboard.
We have okay. One by one. Okay, Dr. Muna, can you remind me that question later on? Because later on, if you have an iPad and also you have an Apple Pencil, you can join. You can do some drawing there as a second screen. I will not be able to demo, but there's a way to do that. Okay. Let me go to the Dr. Wait, all right. Oh, Azuddin is here. All right. So. Okay, so based on back to the Dr. Hayani just now mentioned about scheduling ahead of time. Okay, for example, just now, when you ready to have class, then you initiate the video conferencing. Okay, the other way around is similar to you schedule the video call way ahead. It's just like sama macam normal. It's just like similar to our classroom scenario, which is you open the classroom, student go in first, and then later on you will be the last one to go in line, and you can start the class. So that one you can, how to do that? You can go to calendar. Okay, let's say we're gonna have class at 11. This is okay, let's say. All right. Let's say we're gonna have on the 4th. Okay, let's say you have class at 11:30, for example. Okay, let's say you put it first class. Okay, let's say start from, okay, let's say we have class at 11:30 a.m. until 1, for example. Okay, and then, okay, so here where you need to click add channel here. Remember the general channel that you have just now? Okay, I'll put test here, and then I'll put general here, and then you put it, okay, to the this class will discuss on HTML. Okay, and then okay, you can send. All right, so on the 4th later on, and then when the at 11:30, so the class just now, the join just now will be automatically created. So the student will go in first, and then you can join them later. Okay, does that answer your question, Dr. Yani?
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Sadry.
All right, okay.
But
just a follow-up question. Boleh?
Sorry, if we have a combination of classes too, it's quite hard. Sebab macam kalau like school, they have a fixed time, right? So if we have synchronize, desynchronize, we'll see how. Thank you, Dr. Sadry.
All right, so that's why I mentioned just now. If you're not sure, for example, remember 2 meeting in a week. Let's say you want to swap between the 2 classes, kan? One async and one sync. Then you have to manually initiate lah the video conferencing, or else if you have a fixed schedule, I think Dr. Mazna, I learned this from Dr. Mazna actually. Dr. Mazna class maybe having some fixed schedule lah, so that's why she scheduled it first. Okay.
Dr. Sadry, just a follow-up question, yeah. Can we synchronize these calendar entries to our Google Calendar? Because, like for example, in Zoom, usually when we do something, it takes us to Google Calendar, so that the link and everything there. Would it be possible for MST to sync with Google Calendar?
Okay, because there are 2 separate calendars. As far as I know, in Google Calendar, you can include other calendar as well in the setting. So that means in the Google Calendar, you can include or you can import your Outlook calendar.
Okay.
So it become one.
Okay.
But actually it's separate.
It appears, but it won't appear with a link, right? It's not like Zoom.
But you can try. But you can try.
All right.
But you can try. All right. So any other question, Dr. Mona?
Okay, wait. Okay, it's just from Dr. Azuddin. Okay, I think I use MS Team only to replace Google Meet. Okay, for the rest, but I'll stick to iTalim. So is it a good approach?
Macam mana tu?
Guna
Oh,
Google
okay. Which are better options to Microsoft or
No. I think no. The doesn't say. Okay, I think just that he wants to replace MS Team. Rather than using Google Meet. So but then still lah. Okay, using iTalim. iTalim is still our LMS. So MS Team is just a communication tool, right? So
yes, correct.
So it is better to use MS Team for the class lah.
Okay, so that mean like I said, MS Team will not replace iTalim. iTalim is our official LMS, so we have to use iTalim. We just use Microsoft Team for communication tools only to communicate with your student.
Okay.
It's just that but we don't know. So far, KPT signed agreement with Microsoft that we're gonna have all this feature until 2023. But we're not gonna sure whether after 2023 they will renew another year. But I think since a lot of universities like UKM are fully utilize Microsoft Teams, there will be possibility that it will be renewed after 2023. However, Google they become very stingy lah, because the last time they give all these educations a premium package. But now they see because they're not making money, so they start to reduce the premium. They give us education basic. So that's why all this Google Drive storage is being reduced. There will be no recorded for the Gmeet and so on and so forth. We have to adapt to the changes lah. Okay.
All right. Okay, and
okay,
then
all class material.
We have a question from Dr. Han Tao. Okay, normally the general channel shouldn't be edited or updated by the students, right?
Yeah,
So if
it's
we
auto-created.
Okay. So if we would like to, we like the students to be able to create and update the channel, it should be in another newly created channel or do it under general channel?
Okay, the channel will be created automatically. But if students want to create a new channel, they can.
Okay.
But they will not be able to modify the general channel.
All right. Okay. Because we think for the settings, right? The one that Dr.
The one setting. So make sure you check your setting very well.
Okay. All right. And then what does it mean by log meeting, Dr. Hafizah? By log the meeting. Okay. What does it mean by log the meeting? Maybe in the MS Team, isn't it the one that we have the video right now? Log the meeting function. Tadi ikut. Saya tak perasan punya function.
I think the log the meeting too, most probably you won't allow the latecomers to join lah.
Oh, okay. You close the door lah.
You close the door. You late lah.
All right. Okay.
Dr. Hafizah, don't do that to your student.
All right. Okay, another question. Since the student can initiate the recording of the class, okay, if every student record, then in the general channel, it will show multiple recorded classes?
No, only one.
Okay.
So whoever the first person were able to click the record button, the rest will be grayed out. So they will not be able to press the record button anymore. Only one recording.
All right. Okay, what else? Okay, maybe, yes. Okay. Let's proceed.
Dr. Sadry? Yes, usually what I would do, this is just a suggestion, on the first class, when you do that, and then we can go back. For example, you did your first class, right? You can do that and edit, and then you can make set the same setting because the class is repeated, right? For example, every week, and then until the last date, the end date. So then you don't have to set every time. It will be like preset for 14 weeks, for example. It will be preset. So every time students they know already, that it's already in the calendar. So we can so we can make one from the first day of semester until the 14th week. The class has been sorted on the.
Right. So that's the way you handle your class, kan, Dr. Mazna?
Yeah.
So it's depend on how do you handle, how do you want to use the team for your class actually. Dr. Mazna actually fully utilize it for classes, for the video conferencing. Okay.
All right. One more thing. Okay. One question from Dr. Hassan. Can we create breakout room session based on created channels or group of students?
Okay. This one, Dr. Mazna. Dr. Mazna use a lot of breakout room. Dr. Mazna.
Around. I think that's why the idea was doing it asynchronous was good to me, because if you want to do the backup, the student have to be there to add that.
Right. That's why I don't use breakout room so much, because I know some of them will not be around.
Okay, so the students need to be there, so then you can create the breakout room.
Yeah, so better create a channel for each group.
All right. Okay.
Okay. I'm answering your question, Dr. Aslam.
Yes, I think yes. The reason I asked because we just want more engagement during the class. So we wanted to put some monitors, or maybe it's like maybe TA or someone to monitor them, like for example half an hour. So that's why the previous question that I asked: is there any way to record? Like for example, the analytics. Is there any way to record their contribution during the breakout room? Is there any app can help us to just monitor the statistics?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, itulah. I think maybe you can view the insight too. I haven't tried yet, Dr. Aslam. I'm sorry, but I read the manual. It can be done.
All right. Inshallah, we'll learn soon. Inshallah.
Okay. All right. We'll learn for each other. Okay.
Right.
Good. Okay. Does MS Team online meeting give any privilege to the meeting host, i.e. the lecturer? Sound like anyone can do anything. You actually you are the owner lah, I think. But just now when I leave, I create the video call, kan? So when I leave, some of you were still in the video conferencing, are still in it, kan? You are not forced to leave, kan? Am I right?
Yes.
And that's one thing lah. That's one thing.
Because I know, because my son sometimes misuse this. After the teacher left, they have a chit chat.
Yes, correct. So I can see that's one thing lah, because kalau Google Meet, when you the one who created the link, normally when you leave, everybody will force leave, kan?
Meet they will have a choice whether you want to go for all or you want to be.
Right. Right. Oh, boleh Dr. Mazna? Can we do that?
Yeah, for Meet, yes. But for Zoom, whoever leaves, whoever create will leave. The voting will be forced to leave.
Okay. So how about Microsoft Teams? We cannot, right?
Yes, you can leave. They can stay on.
Okay. All right, Dr. Zaria. Lama angkat tangan ni. Dr. Zaria, you raise your hand.
Sorry, yang tadi tak turun.
Okay.
Sorry, I will drop down.
All right.
Sorry, can I ask one?
Yes, Sadry.
Yes. This may or may not related to Microsoft Teams, but to me, I encountered this problem because of the access level. Using Office 365, I just wonder what's our access level, because I use like several applications in Office 365, for instance like Power BI. I want to post it in Microsoft Teams. I can see it, but my student cannot see it because it says that you need premium access to be able to share to the students. So I can see it because I'm the owner for all this. But you know, you just now you mentioned about creating the tab tu kan. You can put applications, whatever that we have in Office 365. But I did try that. I can see, but my students cannot see because it says that you need premium access.
So the Power BI you use is the paid version or educator version?
Educator or free here.
All right. So I'm afraid that
Is
maybe
that,
the Power BI that does not have that privilege. Or for the one with the Microsoft team, let me verify with Brother Fariza from ITD, because he's the one who managed the live account.
Okay, all right.
Let
The
me
live
verify
too.
with
The access on the live too, yeah.
Okay. Nanti Dr. Lee, can you give me a screenshot or some sort like
Okay. When that
problem?
happens, okay. I'll do that
You
when
give me, then I will
we try
forward
that, yeah.
to Brother Fariza. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so just now, I think Dr. Azuddin playing around, make a video call. You can see there's a video call here. And also when I install Microsoft Team on my phone, so I have a missed call here from Dr. Azuddin. Okay, so I would recommend as well for your student, if you schedule your class link for the video conferencing, all right, make sure the student install Microsoft Outlook apps as well. You also need to install Microsoft Outlook as well, because some of the communication later on, for example, if you haven't replied to the chat, so the reminder will be sent to your Microsoft Outlook for you to notify for notification. Okay, all right. So now I think we're almost to the end, but I just want to mention who say sorry. Azuddin. All right, so the last one that I want to mention is the add-on. Okay, the add-on here will give you more features or function to your Microsoft team. Okay, for example, if you click your conversation here, okay, of course, if you're familiar with Google Form, here we have also Microsoft Form. You can also create some poll, for example. Are you okay? All right, and then we'll put it here. I want to share the ni lah. Okay, I don't want to keep it anonymous, so I'll put it save. Okay, I give you a preview, and then I can put it send. All right, so you put here, so you can see student can also do some voting. For example, when you want to have some kind of presentation date and time lah. This is always a struggle between. This is always a struggle among all of us. Students, some when you propose this date, they will not be able to attend the presentation because they have other stuff. So now you can give them option. Now you can plan ahead. Okay, for this. So normally I use this form to get the presentation date for the case study, for the final assessment, and so on and so forth. And also you can do for other purpose. For example, if you have an async, you want to do some kind of knowledge check, whether they learn or not, you can put a pop-up quiz here. Okay, not a pop-up quiz that counted lah, just for fun, just to make sure whether they read the material or not, whether they understand the material or not. All right, so the other one, if you go here, all right, okay, not here. All right, if you go to these apps, there's a lots of apps that you can use. For example, just now Dr. Lily used Power BI for her class. Okay, you can also include YouTube. I will put in here lah. YouTube. For example, Mazna like to use Kahoot so much. You can use this, and also let me move this thing. If you want to have an attendance, but this is attendance is more like a 9 to 5 recording lah for office working purposes. But you can try if you want to use it for your attendance for your class. Okay, and then inside already included just now. Before this, it didn't. Okay, so you can use this. All right, inside. And then approval. For example, let's say normally when my student, they submit their group project proposal. So they will submit here and they will ask me for approval. So you can just install this. This will add up next year or on the top of your general channel just now. So you can decline, approve, and also give comment for all the proposal that they submitted. Okay, but this one you have to install. Okay, and then this one just now, let's say you want to make sure they do their reading, you can use this Gloss Education you give the material, and then this one will monitor whether each one of them read the material or not. Okay, you can try this. And then praise. Okay, for example, rather than giving a word, giving a well done in a word, okay, you can also use this praise. Okay, this one will give you some emoticon, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so you can try. And also the one I think Dr. Azuddin sure will like this. It's like a badges. I can't remember. I found yesterday. It's just like a badges. Dr. Azuddin normally award her student who pass certain competency with badges. So here you can also use the same thing. I can't remember. Wait, let me check.
Doctor, so this is the app is free, right?
Yep. Yep. I think this one just now. The praise ni. The praise ni to replace the badges in on Italy. And then the next one, I just try reflect. This one reflect. For example, when you do your lecture through the video conferencing, they will give you the emoticon, smiley, sad, confused will appear on the screen. So the student can, if they don't understand your lecture and so on, they will put a confused emoticon. So you can do some survey whether whether your lecture is okay or not. Instead of, if you ask them a survey, of course they will lie. So you remember when you go to KWSP, you go to EPF, right? So when every time you done with the at the counter, when you done with the service, they will ask you to rate, there will be a machine with the 3 emoticon: happy, sad, not happy, angry, and something like that. This one will appear on the video conferencing. So they will, for each lecture, you can make a survey whether they understand, whether they understand the lecture or confused by clicking any of the emoticon. Okay, you can try this. Quite cool. Okay, and then
Dr. Sadry,
yep.
Well, I tried to install one of the apps, but it asks that it needs an admin account. Means that we have to request screen.
So for example, like GitHub for the GitHub ni, in order for you to be included, you need to be a pro pack, a premium pack. That's why just now Dr. Lily mentioned I need to know which the app that you include ni, either the Power BI need the premium or the Microsoft Team yang our Office 365 is the one that missing the problem. Okay, so most of the time, okay, in order for you to do this you need to have a premium account for each. For example, Kahoot, I haven't tried. Maybe if a free Kahoot can include, then it's okay. Or else,
but I cannot.
Okay, so normally I use the one that with Microsoft, the one that developed by Microsoft. So the other than that, most probably require premium account
Okay, thank you.
For example, I haven't tried Quizlet yet. Okay, you can try So this will be the add-on will give some more features to your Microsoft team. There will be just one I just want to mention just now. Okay, in my case, I normally use GitHub GitHub's a lot, and also Stack Overflow, and so on and so forth. And then you can also, there is a wait, I saw a Starbucks just now. You can also include Starbucks e-gift card For example, you want to reward some of your students for doing well, or maybe Dr. Lily want to reward the department member ke later on with Starbucks. You can share lah the Starbucks ED punya tu apps.
Sounds tasty.
Right. So I just found it just now. Maybe somewhere here lah. Okay. So this will add on to your Microsoft team. Okay. So all right. So this is it. Okay. So any other question before? I think the time's almost up.
Yes.
One final question from me.
Okay.
Last time, if I can remember, there is a plugin inside iTaklim kan for Microsoft Teams.
Yes.
Is it still applicable now that we can do it? Is just like one click away from iTaklim?
That one, if I'm not mistaken, the plugin is for the video conferencing only.
Okay. And that's what we need, right? Only video conferencing.
So the configuration I haven't tried yet.
Oh, okay.
Because in my class, they all know that communication tool is the team.
So basically, no need plugin from iTaklim, right?
Yep. Just the iTaklim tool, just to make it easier for student who always look at the iTaklim all the time lah. Because you know lah, student normally when we have the quizzes, then they will flock to the iTaklim.
Right. Thank you.
Okay. So it's just that you have to remind the student that iTaklim is for the course assessment and course content and course material. MS Team is for the communication tools. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So any other questions?
Yes. Okay. Any question? You asked me to remind you about the whiteboard. So do you want to show or just?
All right. Okay. The cool thing is, all right. So if you have an iPad, okay, and then you have an Apple Pencil, especially those who are teaching mathematics. Prof Wahab, you teaching some sort like a formula, kan, Prof?
Design, digital design.
Do you need scribble and write something?
I need a lot of scribble.
Okay. So do you have iPad?
I have, and iPencil also.
Okay, cool. So when you have that, okay, what you can do, you can install, if in Google and Google Drive or Gmeet, we have Jamboard. But in Microsoft Teams or Office 365, we have Whiteboard. So Prof, you have to download Whiteboard apps so that you can scribble and share later on. Okay, so when you click the join later on, on your iPad, okay, you also need to install Microsoft Teams. Okay, so when you create a video conferencing later on, remember that we have a join button over here, right, Prof? So on the iPad, you click an iPad join, you click join and set as a second screen. So then later on, whenever you want to use your scribble with Apple Pencil, you use your second screen, then the student will see your scribble.
Okay.
That's the
Okay. I try that because right now I use extra camera, you know.
Because the last time I don't think Google Gmail will be able to do that lah.
No.
But you will be able here because you install separate apps, kan? The Microsoft Teams separate apps you can install in your iPad.
So I have to install both Teams dengan Whiteboard lah.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So whenever you join both lah.
Okay, already automatic kan?
Dr. Malna?
Is it automatic or not?
You need to click to the Whiteboard, you have to install. But in the Microsoft Office 365, the web version is already there. Okay. All right. Okay, so that is the advantage lah if you have an iPad and also Apple Pencil lah for let's say you want to do as a second screen to scribble. Okay. All right. So that one, Dr. Moni.
All right. And then Dr. Diana asked, okay, welcome tablet kind of?
Okay. Welcome. I haven't tried. The Android part, I haven't tried yet.
Okay.
But you can try. You can try. If there is separate apps that you can download on your Android tablet, the Microsoft Teams and also Whiteboard, you can try. Because later on, make sure that you log in into the same account, your account. So whenever you have your video conferencing just now, the join though, if you try to click the join from your tablet, Android tablet, and see whether it has an option to set into a second screen. But I haven't tried the Android yet. But the Apple, yes, it worked. It worked fine.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I think yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. It's okay. 2 hours. All right. So we have come to our end. I mean, to end of our session. All right. So once again, okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Sadry. Okay. And inshallah, maybe later on. Okay. Another session, maybe on OneDrive. Inshallah, who knows? Okay. For academician.
I'm just giving you the basic. I think I think some of us are quite advanced than I am lah. But maybe we can some those who are quite advanced, they are quite shy, so they just keep quiet.
It's okay lah. It's okay. But then we can always ask you or maybe other person that have quite advanced. So maybe inshallah later on.
Okay.
All right.
Because I just whatever the one that I taught you just now is all the basic that I normally use or normally do for my class. Maybe some will have extra features like what all we learned today in the channel from Dr. Aslan question. Dr. Hafiza help us out lah in terms of creating the channel by the student themselves. Rather than we have to create for them. That's quite convenient actually. Actually, I also learned from each one of you. From Dr. Mazna actually. Dr. Mazna normally ask me question, ask me a very good questions. A good question that means I learned something from it. Even though I don't use it, but I learned something from it. Thank you, Dr. Mazna, Dr. Hafiza.
So now we have identified several experts lah. Okay. Instead of Dr. Sadry, maybe you can ask Dr. Mazna as well as Dr. Hafiza lah. All right, inshallah. All right. So I think thank you everyone. Okay, for your participation. Okay, in this seminar, and inshallah. Okay, if you organize another seminar, inshallah we see you again lah next time, inshallah. So thank you so much, Dr. Sadry. Thank you so much, everyone. All right. Okay, so let us end today's session with Tasbih Kafar and also Surah Asst.
Thank you, Dr. Sadry.
Welcome, Prof.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sadry. Assalamualaikum.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sadry.
Thank you, Dr. Sad.
Thank you, Prasad.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sadry.
You're welcome.